What's going on, everybody? Welcome in to Blazers Uprise Live here on a Monday. It's our first stream back after Christmas. Had a 3-day layoff and enjoyed it. Hopefully, you enjoyed your Christmas as well. Eric, how was your Christmas?
And thanks. How was yours?
Yeah, it was good. I celebrated on Christmas Eve, so Christmas Day didn't have much to do. Hopped on with Gabe. Yeah, and I left boxes behind me on accident, so I will remove those when we get to the picks against the spread standings. I completely forgot about what was behind me, but
Well, you're bearing the lead though. Tori now has light.
I have
It's
now.
not a
I am.
caveman
It's
anymore.
not a cave anymore, so I'm just illuminating the crap I got in the background that I need to take care of. But yeah, a little bit late start to the stream. Coming back with a little bit of lateness here. I don't know, man. I enjoyed 3 days off. We only had one stream in 5 days. That's weird, and it's weird to come back because you build a rhythm over the season, right? And now I'm sitting here and I'm looking at my streaming software, and I'm so bright that I actually need to turn this light down. I'm actually blinding myself. I need to let's see. I got like more cords here now and everything, but I got a new like stream. I can't show it to the camera because it's cord's not long enough, but I got a new like stream deck and everything to be able to run things here. So this is my first stream using it. I'm excited. Yeah, hopefully everybody enjoyed your Christmases. Anyway, let's hop into picks against the spread standings. Eric, I'll let you break down the standings for this one.
Well, Chat and myself were both 8-4, leading the way last week or last Thursday. So a good day for us too. Krish also had a good day at 7-5. So Trevin and Reese 2-10, Zach 4-8. So Chat moves up the standings and are now all alone in third. So good job to Chat. Reese and Trevin and Zach are on the decline. Hopefully they can get out of their funk. But yeah, so now only half of us are above 500, half of us are below 500, and Jackson's still in the lead, but it's got some people climbing fast, so look out. Yeah, good job, Chris. Apples with a Australian $3 donation. Thanks, Apples. Says, I don't know why I really like B. Will and Cameron McGoat.
Cameron McGoat.
We'll talk about those guys right after picks against the spread.
Yeah. So, anyway, I am now good to go. Thank you for breaking down the standings, Eric. Hopefully, I mean, I'm sitting here 4 games back at Jackson. Somebody needs to catch Jackson. He's gaining ground on pretty much everybody, but Trevin and Reese, man. Oof. Anyway, game number 1, we got Houston, we got Charlotte. Charlotte's an 8-point favorite. There's going to be a lot of protocol talk in this one. So, Eric, what is the situation?
Well, the Hornets are one of 3 teams that are actually not too bad a shape today. The Hornets have Miles Bridges and PJ Washington out tonight.
Okay.
For the Rockets, they have Garrison Matthews, DJ Augustine, Jay Sean Tate all in the protocols. John Wall, of course, is out as well. Kevin Porter Jr. is supposed to be activated for tonight, but they're saying he's not going to play. I don't know why they are. Maybe they just need another body to be active. I don't know. And then I think Jalen Green, there was some talk they might rest him as well tonight, but nothing set in stone on that. So I don't know if he's in the starting lineup or not. Let me just double check real quick because that game should be ready to go.
Yeah, should be ready to go. Only one 4 p.m. game, which is this one. Clearly a bot says, I just thought Tori was happy to be back. I am happy to be back, man.
Actually, it looks like Green is not playing because they are starting Armani Brooks, Josh Christopher, Eric Gordon, David Nwaba, and Christian Wood.
Interesting. I'm going to go with Charlotte. Trevin's going with Charlotte. Let me pull up the chat on my phone. I always forget to do that.
Zach is going Rockets.
Zach's going with Houston.
Reese is going Hornets.
Alright.
I don't know if I want to do my strategy today or not. It worked for me last time, but
I mean, you gotta switch it up, right?
yeah.
By the way, I also got a pop filter on my mic, so any like harsh sounds that might have come through the mic before shouldn't be the case anymore. I'll show you guys. Let me mute my mic first before I move it. What's up?
Or they're on my end.
Well, yeah, they'll be on your end, but I think mine are probably worse than yours. Mine are worse in videos. I'll have to like audio cure some of the audio in videos, and that's just a hassle, so I'm actually really excited about this. This should save me time. Reese went Hornets. Chris is going Charlotte as well. I'll show you guys what I got here. One of those things. So I am now professional. This light is still a little bright though. I think I need to change I can change the color of it slightly. Let me see here. What are you going with, Eric?
I'm gonna take the Hornets.
Okay. Which do you like, chat? 1, 2, or 3? I think I like 2, but let me know which color you like. Now I'm golden. Anyway, you went Hornets?
Yep.
Alrighty.
Is Jackson not here?
You guys like 2? Alright. Yeah, that's what I liked as well. It's a little bit more golden, but I still need to turn it down, man. I'm actually too bright. Overcompensated. There we go. I think that's better. Jackson says, Hornets, I'm here. All right, cool. And I will end the chat poll. Chat is also going to be Hornets. So we got a Zach Island. Congratulations, Zach. You win an island. That's game number 1. Game number 2, you got the Chicago Bulls going into Atlanta. Trae Young's been cleared to play. Chicago's still a 3-point road favorite, though. What are the protocols, Eric?
All right. Well, for the Bulls, they are without Lonzo Ball, Alex Caruso, Derrick Jones Jr., Patrick Williams, Alfonso McKinney, and Tony Bradley. For the Hawks, Trae Young was just cleared to play about an hour ago, but they are still without 12 other players. John Collins, Danilo Gallinari, Kevin Huerter, DeAndre Hunter, Solomon Hill, DeLon Wright, Lou Williams, Sharif Cooper, Wes Iwundu, Jalen Johnson, Onyeka Okongwu, and Timothy Luwawa-Cabarrot all out of this game.
So imagine their starting lineup. Who knows? Zach says I'm glowing. Chris says he loves my glow. Thank you, guys.
You're on the glow up.
I'm on the glow up. Yes, sir. I'm going to go with Chicago.
I'm also going Chicago.
All right. Eric's going with Chi-Town.
Jackson and Reese say Chicago as well.
Chris is going
Chris,
Hawks.
of course, is Hawks. Trevin's on the Bulls.
The Bulls train. All right. Zach asks, are there any players playing? Just Trae Young.
They obviously had to pick people up, but yeah, so they had originally 13 guys listed as out before Trae Young got cleared. So that's just insane because the rosters are 15 people. And I don't think any of them were TLC is, I think they just picked up TLC recently. But other than him, I think they were all guys that were on their actual roster to begin with. So
yeah.
They got who? Trae Young, Bogdanovich.
You know, but you would know better than me because I don't remember half the names you said.
Did they have Gorgie Jang?
Gorgie Jang's on the Hawks?
Isn't he?
Is he? I mean, he might be.
I
I don't
think he is.
remember. I'm going to end chat poll. Chat poll is Bulls. I think Charlotte was a high percentage.
Oh, they have
right?
Cameron Reddish too.
Oh, yeah. Cam Reddish season. Who are you going to go with, Zach?
Zach said
Shy.
Shy. Yeah.
All right. So we got another island. This time it's Krish. I don't think we'll ever get like a clean slate, man. Anyway, game number 3, we got Boston heading into Minnesota. It's probably extremely cold there. Boston's a 5.5 road favorite.
This one's ugly. Celtics are without Jason Tatum, Dennis Schroeder, Marcus Smart, Aaron Nesmith, Josh Richardson, Enes Kanter, Bruno Fernando, Justin Jackson, and CJ Miles. And the Timberwolves are without Karl Anthony Towns, Anthony Edwards, D'Angelo Russell, Patrick Beverly, Jared Vanderbilt, Naz Reid, Torian Prince, and McKinley Wright.
Okay, so what are the starting lineups? Peyton
I don't know,
Pritchard?
but yeah. Well, Celtics still have Jaylen Brown, I guess. That's why they're favored.
I thought you said Jaylen Brown was out.
No, Jason Tatum.
Jason Tatum's out. Okay, so they got Jaylen Brown, they got Pritchard. They got who? I don't know, man.
Robert Williams is still there. Grant Williams.
Okay, they got the Williams.
The Williamses. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, dude.
Skylar Mays for the Hawks.
Skylar Mays, yeah. Zach says he's voting before injuries. He's going Minnesota.
Okay. Have Horford as well.
They have Horford, okay. I'm going to take Boston. I'm just going to take the road favorite the whole time, I guess. Or Charlotte was a home favorite.
Yeah. Man.
Trevin goes Celtics. Reese goes Celtics. Jackson goes Celtics. We're going to have another Zach Island. Greg Monroe getting real minutes can't go well. Yeah, Greg Monroe signed with the Minnesota Timberwolves. He's only 31 years old. He seems like he'd be a lot older than that.
Yeah.
Krish says taking the points going with Minnesota. So, Krish and Zach. Right now, me, Trevin, Reese, and Jackson have agreed on all 3 games so far. Eric, are you going to continue to agree with us?
Yeah, I'm going to take the Celtics.
Okay. And then chat, we're going to end your poll right now. Chat is Timberwolves. So chat stops agreeing with us. They want to roll with Krish and Zach. Alrighty. Game number 4, you got the Spurs hosting the Jazz. And the Jazz are 7-point road favorites.
This is the healthiest game of the day. The Jazz just have Donovan Mitchell and Udoka Azubuike out. The Spurs have Zach Collins and DeJounte Murray out.
Okie dokie, there's the chat poll.
Wait, did you hear game is canceled?
Blazer games canceled? I did not hear that.
I'm gonna...
I will check Twitter.
No, there's no way. What are you talking about, Mom?
Where did your mom hear that from?
Sorry, my mom's out here wilding. I don't...
Somebody clip that. Oh, that's funny. I'm gonna go Spurs.
Yeah, I'm also going Spurs.
Somebody clip that or timestamp that so I can clip it.
Jackson's going Spurs.
Somebody post that in the timestamps thread in the Discord. Jackson Spurs.
Someone texted her.
Oh, I mean, I think they might be pranking you, or they just have insider knowledge before anyone else.
It's possible.
So either you're breaking news for us, Or somebody pranked you, unfortunately.
Chris, Trevin, Reese, all Jazz.
Okay, here we go. Some difference of opinion.
Zach with the Spurs. And I don't know if you heard, but myself and Jackson are also Spurs.
Okay, so, yeah, we're in on Zach.
No, Zach is Spurs.
Zach is Spurs, okay. Cool, this is efficient. Chat is Jazz, so we got a split vote. There we go. All right. Game number 5, we got Phoenix hosting Memphis. Phoenix off of their first loss with Devin Booker in 20 games. They had won 20 games in a row with Devin Booker until that Golden State loss. Phoenix is a 7.5-point home favorite. Eric, what is the situation?
All right. I forgot to update this. So out for the Grizzlies, Dylan Brooks, D'Anthony Melton, Bess Pons, Zaire Williams, and Jarrett Culver. For the Suns, their usual Sarge, Kaminsky, Nader. Joining them is their coach, Monty Williams, Alfred Payton, Jay Crowder, and recently added to the protocols, DeAndre Ayton.
Alrighty, I'm going Memphis.
Chris is going Suns. Memphis.
Trevin asks, up next is Bucks Mavs?
Yeah, like the up next is all messed up. Yeah, it shows games that aren't going on tonight.
What in the world? Hold up. Okay, that's why you said that. I changed it. I swear I changed it. I don't know. Good catch, Trevin. I'm glad somebody pays attention to that.
Reese and Jackson are joining you on the Memphis train.
Okay, Jackson's just going to agree with me to maintain his lead.
Zach and Chris are on the Suns.
What are you going with, Eric? What are you feeling right now? What are your emotions telling you?
My emotions are telling me Suns, so I'm going to take them.
Okay. Trevin says Grizz. We could get another split vote because chat is 52% Suns and Pool. There we go. We got a split vote. Nice. Me, Trevin, Reese, and Jackson all in agreement with the Grizzlies. Next game, I think is still happening. Not entirely sure now, but
my mom said that I think she was wrong, but
yeah.
So far, Woj and Shams have nothing, so I don't know why.
Yeah, you would think they tweeted out. Why is the up next not showing for the next game? I don't understand. This doesn't make sense. Like, oh, I flipped them. I flipped them somehow. Anyway, yeah, Portland's a 1-point favorite. Eric, what is the situation for this game?
All right, Mavericks, no Luka, no Tim Hardaway Jr., Maxi Kleba, Reggie Bullock, Willie Cauley-Stein, Trey Burke, Corey McLaughlin. For the Blazers, Chauncey Billups will not be coaching. It'll be Scott Brooks at the helm tonight, so factor that in, I guess. C.J. McCollum, Yusuf Nurkic, Robert Covington, Cody Zeller, Dennis Smith Jr., Ben McLemore, the GOAT Keldon Blevins, and Trendon Watford all out. And as of this moment, no update on Damian Lillard, still questionable.
With personal reasons.
Mm-hmm.
So
hopefully everything's okay with him.
So who's the starting lineup for Dallas?
Well, they still got Powell and Porzingis and Jalen Brunson.
And Jalen Brunson's going to score 30 tonight.
And Finney Smith. This is This is so hard to like name the rosters of teams that are missing half their players.
If Dame plays, I take Portland. If Dame doesn't play, I take Dallas. That's the problem.
Yeah, can't do that though.
I know. So basically, I'm betting on if Dame plays or not.
Mm-hmm.
It's tough. Reese went Mavs. Trevin went message retracted.
Chris went easy money Blazers. Or Blazers, I guess.
You just had to go there, Chris, didn't you? He just had to go there.
Trevin is expecting a Scott Brooks masterclass, so he is going Blazers as well.
Scott Brooks versus Jason Kidd. Let's go.
Yeah, it's funny. We're without our coach, and our coach is still better no matter who it is. Then,
I'm just. I mean, you still have Dame, you still have Norm, you still have Nas, you still have Tony Snell. You have
Nance is our only.
Reggie Perry, bruh.
I don't know if he's going to get cleared in time to play.
Oh, well, you still got Cameron McGriff. You got Brandon World. You got Jaron Cumberland.
He's a point guard.
Nah, he's like 6'5" and strong. But, like, can play at some point. I don't know. He's like a big combo. Yeah, what are you going with, Eric?
Man, I'm trying to pick with my brain and not my heart, but yeah. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna possibly end this curse and say Mavericks easy money.
Okay. I'm gonna go Blazers. Because still got Ant, you still got Norm. Hopefully have Dame. Still have Nas. Still have Nance. And CJ Ellaby, of course, the better CJ. Krish is going with McGriff Masterclass, so I assume that's Portland.
You said Blazers already.
Okay, and then Chat is going Blazers. So we got an island for... Well, no, it's Eric and Reese together on the island. There we go. Last game, you got LA Clippers hosting the Brooklyn Nets, and the Brooklyn Nets are a 4-point road favorite.
Yeah. And the Nets are without Durant, Kyrie Irving, LaMarcus Aldridge, Joe Harris, Day'Ron Sharpe, David Duke Jr., Kessler Edwards, and Cameron Thomas. The Clippers are without Kawhi Leonard, of course. Paul George is now out several weeks with an elbow injury. Isaiah Hartenstein's out. Nick Batum also ruled out. And last I saw, Reggie Jackson, Marcus Morris were questionable, but leaning towards not playing.
Yay. So it's James Harden and a bunch of guys, and it's Reggie Jackson and a bunch of guys?
James Harden and Claxton and Paul Millsap. And Bruce Brown. Patty Mills. Yeah, I'm going Nets.
Yeah, I'm also going Nets. Oh, wait, no, that's the Hornets. I need to put the Nets logo in here. Nets.
Krish and Trevin are Nets as well. Zach is on the Nets.
Clean sweep.
Reese would pick the Clippers, but Hartenstein's out, so he's going to take the Clippers still.
No clean sweeps. And Jackson's just going to copy everything I say, so I can't gain a game. Unfortunately.
You should make him pick his double down first.
Yep, Jackson goes Nets. And then there we go. We got chat with Nets. So Reese is on an island. All right, time for some good old double downs. Jackson, I already know, is going to pick what I'm going to pick for the double down. I'm not going to say what it is.
Jackson's going to pick Grizzlies, I bet, for his double down.
No, he's not.
Yeah, he will.
Well, maybe because you said so, but I already know who he would pick.
Zach wants to change to the Clippers. I will allow it, Zach, even though I don't understand. But, okay.
All right, I guess there you go. He wants to buddy up with Reese.
Trevin's doubling down on the Celtics.
Okay.
Zach.
I knew it! Eric, I told you I knew it. I told you I knew it. I hate you, Jackson. I actually hate you. I knew it. That was going to be my double down. Jerk.
Zach doubled down on the Blazers. He didn't learn his lesson from all the times he did it earlier in the season. Chris is doubling down on the Utah Jazz, even though he said the Blazers were easy money.
All right. I don't know who I want to double down on then.
Not seeing Reese's double down. Oh, Chet is the Hornets at 85%.
Yeah, which was decided before that game started.
Yep.
I'm gonna go with the. I'm gonna go with the Celtics.
All right. I'm taking the Bulls.
All right, that's also what I was debating. Reese is going with the Mavericks.
Easy money.
Easy. All right, there we go. That's the double downs. Thank you for your participation in picks against the spread. One last look at the standings as we head into today's slate of games. What did you miss, Eric?
Oh, I got them all. Never mind.
What's up, Eric Olson? Thank you for joining us. Anyway, all right, so fun game today, Eric.
Mm-hmm.
It's time for some good old Jaron Cumberland, some good old Cameron McGriff, some good old Brandon Williams, and some Reggie Perry. Thoughts on the guys that the Blazers picked up on 10 days?
I actually love it. I'm excited. I feel like they're all guys that could potentially get a look, outside of maybe one of them. But
which one is that?
I'm not a fan of Brandon Williams.
Okay.
But I like what I've been seeing from McGriff in the G League lately. And he's kind of like a hustle guy, like a tough guy. I think he's going to bring a lot of energy and run the floor well and stuff like that. And those kind of guys will come in and play their butts off because they're auditioning not only for us, but for any NBA team watching the game, any scout, and that kind of stuff. So, sorry, it's not Brandon Williams slander. He just hasn't produced the greatest.
Yeah, you know how Brandon Williams isn't that good. If you search Brandon Williams, the first link that comes up is a Brandon Williams who plays for the Baltimore Ravens, a football player, and then the first picture on the right is Brandon Paul Brian Williams, an English professional soccer. So
yeah, I mean,
that's how you know. That's how you know.
A pretty common name, I guess. But
I mean, you got a soccer player and a football player before him. So let me look up his G League stats because that's what I wanted to do. I want to look up the G League stats for all these guys.
Not good.
I found a Brandon Williams who played in the G League in 2003. So he's not even the first G League that comes up. Oh man. Yeah, I don't even know, dude. I'm about to give up on finding this dude's stats. Let's see here. I thought he played at Duke. He played at Arizona. Shooting 36% from the field and 27.8% from three in 10 games in the G League this year. Yeah, I am not high on him either. I don't know much about him, but just seeing that's disgusting. Reggie Perry is probably the best. Would you agree? The best player we got on this team?
Yeah. I'm hoping he gets cleared to play tonight. I'm not sure, but yeah. He's someone who got drafted by the Nets, didn't really get much of an opportunity. I mean, he's putting up, 19 to 10 or something like that in the G League.
Yeah, shooting 5.5 threes per game, shooting 38% from three, shooting 49% from the field, 19.7 points per game, so basically 20. Yeah, I mean, defensively, he's not great because he's kind of like a 6'8 center.
Right.
He's strong, though, and somewhat athletic. I don't know what his wingspan is, so, he's kind of just an undersized 5. That's why he isn't in the league. But he has a skill set. He's a skilled 5. I think he can play some 4 too, but we're not gonna play him at the 4. We need a backup 5 right now because we got Nance, and I'm hoping that Reggie Perry can play today. We just signed him today, so it might not happen, but he would be the number one guy to get PT since we don't have a second center. We don't have Rocco to be a small ball center. We don't have Nurkic. We don't have Zeller. We have nobody.
Mm-hmm.
If it's not him as the backup center, you might see
Caleb
McGriff or Greg Brown. But Greg Brown's just he's not. I don't know if he's strong enough. It depends on who he's playing against.
Yeah. I mean, we don't really have much choice though.
Yeah, I mean, but I keep calling him Caleb. Cameron McGriff is 6'7", 220 pounds. I think he has a long wingspan. I'm not entirely sure. He played at Oklahoma State. He's averaging 10 points per game and 22 minutes per game in the G League. He's shooting 37% from three, 46% from the field. He's athletic, so he's interesting.
Play defense, too.
Yeah. And here's the thing with these G League guys. They're going to come in and bring energy. They're going to play hard. So, it sucks missing guys, but I'm excited, man. If somebody who hasn't played in the NBA before gets their first NBA minutes, that's always cool, So you're going to have guys that are just going to be playing their ass off tonight that have never played in the NBA before, and it's not like if we have to play these guys, we can't win. If Dame plays, Dame can make his teammates better. Dame can kind of carry things, and Dallas is missing a notable amount of players, so they're kind of in the same boat. They won't have Luka tonight. So overall, this is just shaping up to be a fun game. It's one of those games where if you lose, it's just like, oh, well, it was a mess anyway. But if you win, it's one of those games that would probably be a fun win at home. So to have this after 5 days without Blazer basketball, I'm actually kind of looking forward to tonight.
Yeah, so I made a joke on Twitter about the NBA's new marketing campaign should be what would happen if Summer League games counted for real? And a lot of people would think that's me complaining about it, but I think it's kind of cool. Not the reasons why they're getting the opportunity, obviously, but honestly, you're talking about Reggie Perry, and when you were describing him, it reminded me a lot of Jason Tate last year. And a guy like that sometimes just needs a chance to get minutes and show what he can do. And so it'll be kind of cool to watch some of these guys. Now, I wish every team had their own minor league team, because how cool would that be if we had these guys on our minor league team in the G League and we could just call them up and we've been talking about all year, oh, look at this Cameron McGriff guy. He deserves minute. He should be on the main team, and now we're see, we have a chance to see it now.
It's ridiculous that the NBA hasn't gone to that model yet, because you have 28 or 29 teams with G League teams. We're one of the only teams that don't. I don't know if there's another team that doesn't actually. I'm pretty sure they could force each team to have their own G League team. You know what I mean? And it doesn't even necessarily have to be located close, but that's the thing. If you had 30 G League teams as an extension of the NBA organization, It would be a situation where you just call guys up. You know, you'd have to
Like
create some
baseball.
sort of. Yeah. Like you'd have to work that into the CBA, how calling guys up work. Maybe you don't have two-way contracts. I don't know. Like it would require some tailoring of the CBA. But yeah, that would be cool to, especially in a situation where so many teams are missing so many players. It'd be fun to kind of follow a G League team knowing that, okay, if we end up missing guys, whoever's playing well on the G League team could get up and might end up getting spot minutes, right? So I don't understand why that hasn't been a thing. If every team had their own G League team, you would probably have 4 rounds of the NBA draft. You know, maybe rounds 1 and 2 on one day, and then rounds 3 and 4 on another day, because you're essentially drafting in the 3rd, 4th round, drafting guys to your G League team. It would be interesting. It'd be fun, especially for like nerds like me and you, Eric, who know a lot of college players. And like, I've always liked Jared Cumberland back when he played at Cincinnati. You know what I mean? So that's a guy I'm familiar with. Yeah, it'd be fun, and I don't know why why the NBA hasn't gone that route yet.
Well, like the other problem is there's a greater than 90% chance all 4 of these players are gone after 10 days.
Mm-hmm.
So if we had a minor league team, you know, we wouldn't lose the rights to them after these 10 days or whatever. We could be like, oh, they played really well. Now we can go kill it in the G League some more, but we know if we make a trade, we have him to call up or whatever.
Yeah.
But now that option is probably going to be gone, because if they play well, another team will sign them for the rest of the season or whatever. So yeah, unfortunately, it's a situation where right now it's just like they're filling in for us, but they're kind of showing out for themselves. Which is why I equated it to Summer League, because that's exactly what Summer League is. But yeah, I don't know, especially this year and last year with, the situation with protocols and stuff like that. It just would make so much sense to have like a team ready. But even like the teams, like we got one of our players from the New York Knicks G League or whatever. So yeah, it's not like they own the rights to their players on the G League team. It just doesn't make sense to me why it's not like that.
Yeah, absolutely agree with that. And you look at like NFL has a practice squad, but baseball obviously has like AAA, AA. Like I think there's 2 different single A leagues, so they have minor leagues that go down like multiple levels. So yeah, I mean the NBA already pretty much has the infrastructure built for a G League. It's like you're bringing guys in from who knows where that don't know anything. It would be nice if you had players on a G League team kind of running some of the same stuff, and they could come up and, have some knowledge of the system, right? So that's something that the NBA, I think, in the next CBA might look to do. That's something that I hope they do.
So Marcus Palaio brings up it probably hurt college. Do you agree with that?
Well, I don't know why it hurt college, because we already have like 28, 29 G League teams, so making there'd be 30 G League teams for every team, and then maybe you have a couple on the side like the Ignite or whatever. I don't see how that would change anything in regards to college by making each team have their own G League team as an extension of their own organization with more rights to the players on their own G League team. I don't see why that would necessarily get players to not go to college any more than right now.
Well, I mean, the NBA has their own G League team that has players that would have gone to college on it. So that team, I mean, it's only been around for a couple of years, but they've gotten some pretty big names to go play on that instead of go to college. So I don't see how that's any different. But I don't know if that didn't exist, if Jalen Green would have went to college last year, or Jonathan Kuminga would have went to college or whatever. They could have gone the overseas route. If players are concerned with money, there's been several examples of that as well. I don't think that's necessarily the case where it would hurt college that much. And much like the one and done rule, like people think that ruins basketball. And to an extent, I agree that it sucks that you don't get to see like a Chet Holmgren for like 3 or 4 years, for your Gonzaga Bulldogs, or like a Jalen Suggs if he was still on this team, on the team this year. It'd be pretty cool for you. But I mean, we're talking about like what 10 to 20 guys every year at the most, so
Yeah.
it's not like it's only like every good college player is going to go play in the G League or whatever.
Yeah, I agree with that. So, yeah, that's something that the NBA needs to do. That's something that would be cool, but obviously that isn't the case. But overall, I'm happy with the guys the Blazers signed to 10 days. It's better than, I don't know, like Isaiah Thomas got signed to a 10-day with
or
the Lakers.
Greg Monroe one we talked about.
Like, Greg Monroe, you know what I mean? I'd rather have Reggie Perry than Greg Monroe.
There's no reason to not take a chance on a diamond, maybe finding someone rough,
Yeah, and Caleb McGriff is interesting as an athlete that can play some defense, do something. So, but then Jared Cumberland, somebody I've always liked. I haven't really talked about him, but he's about to turn 25. But he's just built, man. Like he's a physical presence. This year, I haven't read his stats yet. So this year, he's played 13 games for Delaware, I think that is, DEL. He's averaging 21 minutes per game. He's averaging 9.4 points per game, shooting 44% from the field, 34% from three. He's getting 3.5 boards and almost 3 assists per game. He's kind of like a combo guard, can handle the ball a little bit, but he's competitive defensively. I don't know if he's quick enough to stick in the NBA defensively, but like he's strong and has a pretty good motor. He also, in college, carried a good Cincinnati team. That was a Cincinnati team that had Gary Clark and some other guy that made it to the league. I forget. There was somebody else on that Cincinnati team. They're a 2 seed in the tournament, and Jaron Cumberland had like a 25-point game, if I recall correctly. So he's a guy who's kind of been a bit of a scorer in college, like was one of the best players in the country, actually, his last year in college. So, like the makeup of a guy like that is intriguing to me if he has to be put in for spot minutes. So, he's kind of been on the big stage in regards to college, March Madness, and performed. So, I like him as well. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I completely agree. And, I mean, he wasn't having the greatest season so far in the G League, but I want to say he was the MVP or one of the best players, at least, in the little G League showcase they had last week. So he could play, and all these guys can play that they brought in, and so I know people are going to think this sounds like insane, but I almost think like it could infuse some life into this team, just having some players who they're not going to know the plays that well or the schemes or whatever, so they're just going to get after it and play hard and make plays and try to rebound and do the little things and all that kind of stuff. So it might actually help this team moving forward. And then like you see a guy like CJ Ellaby or Trendon Watford who, if they end up getting some minutes at some point, like
unfortunately Watford's in protocol.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying like down the road. Like we've seen the last few games where Watford got 5-7 minutes a game to show. It's like those guys then when they get the opportunity to be like, why can't I go out and ball out like that? Like those guys don't care if they're missing a shot or they're not scared to shoot or do anything. So it's like I feel like this game is going to, with this many people out on both sides, it's going to turn into kind of a street ball game or like a rec game. And to have good G Leaguers who are used to playing those kind of games every game they play might actually be a good thing for a short term. Long term, obviously, we need our good players back. And it would help if we had some bigger players. But I think tonight's game against the Mavericks and a team who's also going through some stuff, who I don't think picked up quite as good of players to compensate, I think it could be an advantage for the Blazers to have those kind of guys.
Yeah, and let me go back to yesterday and find the tweet. By the way, a couple people said in chat Dame is at the arena, so that's good to hear. Sounds like Dame is going to play tonight then if he showed up to the arena.
Yeah.
But here are the players that are healthy / not in protocol. You got Dame, Norm, Nas, Nance, Snell, right? And I assume that's going to be the starting lineup. Then you got Simons, Ellaby, Greg Brown the third, right?
Mm-hmm.
Beyond that, it's the guys on 10 days contracts. It's McGriff, Cumberland, Perry, Brandon Williams, and we don't know if we're gonna have Perry tonight. So unless the Blazers run an 8-man rotation, at least one of those guys is gonna play tonight, right? And I don't think the Blazers are gonna run an 8-man rotation. At this point, Greg Brown is gonna see minutes tonight.
Yeah.
He's basically guaranteed. You're gonna see some meaningful Greg Brown the third minutes. Because he's the 8th guy. You're not going to run a 7-man rotation. CJ Ellaby is probably going to play at least 25 minutes in this one. And you're going to see one of these 10-day contract guys. It's going to be interesting to see who... I almost said see who Chauncey goes with, but it's not going to be Chauncey. It's going to be Scott Brooks. Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know. It's just intriguing. You know, the middle of the season gets kind of mundane in a way. And, you know, you don't want players to end up in protocols or anything. But... now that it's happened, it's created some intriguement for tonight, you know? I don't know if intriguement is a word. But tonight is going to be... tonight's going to be intriguing, and it's just exciting just to see what in the world happens in this game, who plays, what Greg Brown can do. I mean, I'm looking forward to Greg Brown maybe trying to put a poster on someone. Hopefully it's Porzingis. There's going to be some fun moments tonight, and it sounds like Dame's going to play to try and lead this team. You still got Norm, and you still got Simon, so you still have enough scoring ability. You get guys that come in and play hard defensively. It could be actually a better played game than people think.
Yeah, and I mean, I like that. I just knowing all the players that work so hard to try and make the league and stuff like that, I don't mind them getting a shot once in a while. I mean, it's not like we're fighting for the number 1 seed. If we lose this game, we lose home court advantage in the playoffs or something like that. So it's not like it's not. Even if we lose, it's not the end of the world. I mean, I want us to win, obviously, but
yeah,
it's not. I think developing players or finding players long term is better than worrying about one game and just picking up bets, like you said, that maybe could help you win a game here or there. But like if we would have picked up our summer league veterans, you know, like Emmanuel Mudiay and Michael Beasley and who was the other one? Fareed.
Yeah.
Like I could totally see Olshey doing that kind of crap, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm glad Cronin's at least identifying players. And honestly, like I mentioned that showcase last week from the G League. We got like all the best players from that showcase pretty much. So like definitely shows that they're paying attention and watching that kind of stuff and waiting for those opportunities if they happen. And they picked McGriff up like immediately once we had guys listed. And then when we listed a few more that were out, they picked up Williams and Cumberland right away as well. So they were prepared for those situations to happen, even though until that point, the Blazers have been pretty lucky in terms of not having anyone in protocols. But it's a situation where, yeah, I'm not saying like I'm excited or like I'm looking forward to this game, because obviously I'd rather watch the best players in the world play. But it is kind of a fun, just like middle of the season, just different type of atmosphere, and I hope one of them gets the opportunity. My guess is McGriff, since he was our first person we picked up, will get the first crack at it, and he just seems like a guy you could plug and play into pretty much any system. So I think he'll probably get the minutes tonight if one of those guys does. But yeah, I'm excited to see Greg Brown with some extended run, since he hasn't gotten an opportunity to do that outside of garbage time. And yeah, hopefully one of those guys shows up tonight.
Yep. Shout out Andrew Hartwell, $5 dono. He just says, "Sup." What's up,
Andrew?
Andrew. Appreciate the dono. Yeah. So the last thing I'm wondering, the last thing that I'll kind of pitch for this episode of Blazers Uprise Live is, if one guy plays really, really well, what do you think is the chance that they could maybe get the last roster spot that is still open?
It's tough, because I want to say that that's a possibility. If one of these guys is really good, you can't let him get away, right?
Yeah.
there's two things that kind of hurt with that. One is, unfortunately, with Billups being out, I feel like he would be the voice that would be like, "Hey, man, I'm telling you, this guy in practice, I know we're up against the tax or we're in the tax, and this will make it worse, but we need to keep this guy, whether it's McGriff or whoever he identifies." So it kind of sucks that Billups now. I don't know if he'll be watching the practices through like a video feed or something, but it's not the same as him being like in the huddles and interacting with those guys. So that kind of hurts not having him as well. But overall, I would say they would have to really show something to warrant the Blazers going deeper in the tax. And it would be a good sign if we saw the Blazers seemingly not care about the tax, but I think overall they're still trying to get out of the tax, so doing that would probably make it even tougher. And so I would lean to say it's probably more than likely that none of these guys will be retained after the 10 days.
Yeah, so the most 10-day contracts that you can give in a row to a player is 2, correct?
I normally, yes. Like in a regular year. Yeah. I'm not sure if you can like extend guys out because of that.
Yeah, I assume this hardship 10-day counts as a 10-day, but if not, then
if it doesn't count against the cap at all. So
yeah, so if it doesn't count as a normal 10-day contract, then once players are out of protocols, you could hypothetically sign whoever's playing well to 2 10 days in a row, so another 20 days for them to continue to maybe prove something. If it does count towards a normal 10-day contract, usually the rule is that you can't sign a player to more than 2 10-day contracts in a row. So just keep that in mind. So I assume that one of these guys will be back for another 10 days. That's the thing. If everybody's out of protocol, then you run out of hardship contracts, and the only spot we have left is the 15th roster spot, which you can use a 10-day on. So it obviously just depends on what happens when players leave protocol. If more players go into protocol, we'll just have to wait and see how this plays out in the future. But tonight should be interesting nonetheless. Sounds like Dame is going to play. He is at the arena, so there should be. I mean, I think we should have the upper hand in this one with Dame a go, with the Mavericks being without Luka. You said they were without who? Hardaway,
Luka, Willie Cauley-Stein, Trey Burke, Corey McLaughlin.
Yeah, so a number of guys out for the Mavericks. The Blazers were 1-point favorites that we picked in picks against the spread. So anyway, that wraps things up. Anything else you have to say, Eric?
Thank you to everyone for watching. I saw some people comment about ask if we like snow or how much snow we got and stuff throughout the chat.
Do you want not a lot. Yeah. I'll answer mine for. I mean, the roads are pretty much clear. Mm-hmm. So I was surprised today. I wasn't planning on working today, but I think I might go work for a couple hours before this game. Yeah, the roads were clear. We have some snow like on the grass and whatnot, just like a thin little layer, and on some of the roofs. But other than that, nothing. What about you?
Yeah, I got about 3 inches or so on Saturday night, Sunday morning. Mm-hmm. But then, it was completely fine later around lunchtime. And then got basically a dusting, but it turned into a sheet of ice. So driving to work this morning was was the first time the last couple days that I've kind of slipped or spun out a little bit. But other than that, it's all melting. By now, roads are fine again. So all good there. Personally, I love the snow. It's just this week I do not like it because it's the most important week of the year at my business, and the snow kind of hurts in terms of people coming in and shopping, so it kind of sucks. But other than that, outside of this week, I love snow, and I'm always happy to see snow on the ground, or it makes things look very beautiful out there.
Yeah, tonight for me it says 1 to 3 inches of snow expected, chance of snow 70%, so might finally get some legitimate snow, and then tomorrow chance of snow 50%, and then so it'll be interesting to see tomorrow, but it sounds like we're gonna get some snow tonight, and then it's supposed to dry up. The forecast through the 29th, 30th, 31st of December a couple days ago said that we were supposed to get some precipitation, and it was supposed to be colder, and now it seems like it dries up, and the only day that we're supposed to have rain, this is up in Vancouver, of course, is the 30th, but the high on that day is 39 degrees, whereas the 29, the high is supposed to be 32, 31st, the high is supposed to be 33. So sounds like it's not going to be too dicey going forward. Going to have rain snow mix with them, which I'm cool with, just as long as it gets warm enough during the day where you're not going to have a ton of ice in the evening, since that's the best for me to work, since I drive, since I deliver food. I do DoorDash, Uber Eats, which allows me to work around streams and whatnot, allows me to control my own schedule, just as long as it's warm enough where there's not ice on the road, because I'm not trying to I'm not trying to be a viral clip of me just sliding down a hill out of control, spinning around in circles. That's not what I want to have happen. So anyway, thank you for tuning in for this episode of Uprise News. Portland made with the drop there. Hopefully you guys stay safe depending on how bad the weather gets. Drive carefully, leave yourself enough distance to stop if it gets icy. There's gonna be some ice that you can't see. Good old black ice is not fun to deal with, so definitely drive carefully, be safe, and all of that. With that being said, Eric, I'll let you get any final words in.
Just hope to see everyone after the game for the Uprise post-game show, and we'll
First one in a while.
We'll maybe be breaking down a master class by Cameron McGriff or Greg Brown or someone like that.
Hopefully it's not a brutal loss, and hopefully those guys don't play like crap. But I'm looking forward to it. We'll see what happens. Make sure to follow us on Twitter. I'm at Tori Jones YT. Eric is at Hoops Jock. The channel is at Blazers Uprise YT. As we'll be tweeting out during the game from our personal accounts, and then we'll tweet the stream link on Blazers Uprise as usual. So hopefully we catch you tonight. If not, then until we catch you next, I hope you have a good one. As always, peace out. Go Blazers.